ability to execute a variety of goal shots in space and congestion. And historically, from the Queensland Women's Program point of view, we've had a lot of strikers that have been good in space, but not so good in congestion. If you look at the different club competitions that I've seen, it tends to be very open and end-to-end, which is really good for practicing counter-attacks and penetrating, ball carrying, and that sort of open play, end-to-end. When Australia played Pakistan in the men, or Australia played Argentina in the women, it's that end-to-end style of hockey. But when they're in congestion or congested areas where there's lots of defenders, back defending the circle, and a lot of teams are getting 10 field players back defending the circle, so there is not much space. And so they need to be able to play in space, but also in that confined area as well. And be able to. And one way of looking at it is, if you're driving at 110 kilometres an hour on the freeway, sometimes you just got to slow down in hockey. If you're driving 110 kilometres an hour on the freeway, and you come into a town or peak hour traffic, and you're still trying to go 110 kilometres an hour, you're going to have accidents. Or you're going to lose control or whatever. So you've got to actually adapt to the conditions. And quite often in those areas, it's just one step leads. Okay, it might be one step lead to get the ball, move it back into space instead of forward into the defender, then take the shot. But it's all much sort of shorter, sharper movements, not this long, quick running into a congested area. Okay, there's a variety of goal shots. I'm not going to go through them all, but yeah, players do need a variety of goal shots on both sides of their body. And I think with some, there's been the ones that are good at tomahawking on their left side shots can overuse that. And some of them get told not to use it at all, which I don't think is right. I think they should use it. But, you have the shots on their four-stick side, take it on your four-stick. If it's on your tomahawk side, then take it on your tomahawk side. So, yeah, it's important they can execute a variety of goal shots. One of the things with goal scoring, goal shooting, is the mentality of goal scorers. It's really important that is recognised, and also whether it's in training sessions. People that off the ball get to the goal scoring, the best spots to score goals. If you look at, I'm sure most of you just draw a quick circle. As a bit of a guide, the ball's coming in, there's an attacker with the ball coming into here, penalty spots here. We'll try and end up with inside that post, not outside the post. We'll try and end up with two, say we've got three strikers, one's attacking, the other two will get to around this spot, and also inside that post on the far post. Not too close to the goalkeeper, so that the goalkeeper can intercept, but as if the ball does go here, you can dive forward, or you're open for the direct pass. So as far as the best goal scoring positions, on the left side, that's certainly, if there's three strikers and we've got away from the group, so you hope the midfielders are getting these areas as well. That would be like vice versa, attacker into this side, this player would lead back, and this player forward to provide those two options. The good thing about that is this player, the attacker gets to there, and the other one's there now. Take all this out. Okay, strikers come down, we've got coverage from there pretty much to there, the two players. The ball shouldn't get through there, just with those two players. Okay, so that's just as a guide as far as getting to good goal scoring positions. Obviously, there could be defenders right there, normally they're marked, so it is a guide, but it's not a bad guide to work with. Lost it? Okay, ability to time leads to be available at the right time. And I'll probably show more of that in the national program, getting the ball for teammates, coaching resource, because that is covered in some detail on that, so without going into it. But that's about people having the right thinking, and talk about players that we want to identify, people with quick feet, quick wrists, quick minds, and real competitors. They're the types of players that we're after. As far as the leading, being able to get there at the right time, they're the sort of players that have got quick minds. So they understand when the person's ready to pass, shift the defender one way before darting back into the clear passing channel to receive the flow going forward. Alertness of the unexpected. Encourage, as far as key attacking skills, I think the courage rather that comes in if there's a shot on goal from here, and there's an attacker inside on that far post, the shot goes hard in that direction. Encourage to stay down low and not sort of back away. I guess from an attacking point of view, that's the sort of courage we need. Someone like a Susie Faulkner, from a Queensland and Australian point of view, was one of the most courageous I've seen. She was, a lot of players would not go to places in front of goal where she'd go, but the end result was she was a goal scorer. She scored lots of goals. And she might have been a bit unfashionable with some of her aspects of how she played, but she scored goals because of that courage and getting into those goal scoring spots. The alertness of the unexpected. Players should never look startled. We often say it to the goalkeepers. It's better to be alert too early than too late. Instead of the goalkeepers at night, if the ball gets whacked into the circle, and you expect it just to be neat, go to a person, then that'll happen. All of a sudden it deflects straight to a striker in front of you. I don't want to see goalkeepers look startled when that happens. You've got to be alert for that level of uncertainty, that sort of, there's a lot of that unexpected stuff happens in hockey just because of the very nature of it. So that's important. From an attacking point of view, if you go back to the 2000 Olympic final, Australia-Argentina, Australia led it 1-0, and then they did a deflection on the corner, and it hit the post. There was only one person that was alert, and that was Julian Haslam, and she scored. Australia went 2-0, got to 3-0. Last 10 minutes, Argentina scored with 10 to go, back to 3-1. But Argentina, of course, had all the momentum. The crowd got into it, they banged their drums, and had their flares going and had all the momentum in the game. But at 3-1, Australia held on and deserved to win the gold medal. But imagine if Julian Haslam wasn't alert for the one that hit the post. It's 2-1, 10 minutes, Argentina, all the momentum. It changed, it's a big difference. And it's just because she was alert for the unexpected and whatever happens. Transition from defence to attack comes back to the quick minds. Sort of looking for opportunities when the teammates make a tackle, edge in, they're going to make it. I'm ready to cover them if they don't. But if they make a tackle, then I'm going to get forward of the ball and present as an option. Okay, so that's a transition from defence to attack. Who is more valuable as a striker, the ball runner or the goal scorer? Any answers? The goal scorer. I agree. I'm not sure if it's the correct answer, but I definitely agree. And historically, the Queensland Scorchers have had a lot of strikers that are the ball runners that don't score goals. And so we've got to make sure we identify the goal scorers. They might be, for instance, they might be 15 or 16 and they might be a great goal scorer, but they might be a bit unfit and they might have a few, but they might be quick, they just can't repeat it because they're not fit enough. We've got to nurture those sort of players because we're going to write them off at that age. So as we know, from a women's program point of view, in that 15 to 18, 19 age group, there can be all sorts of changes in how they develop, and it's important we really identify and develop the goal scorers throughout the state.
Yes, I got one of 13-year-old boy who's exactly like that, sort of goal scoring.
You see how they go? You hope they. Sometimes history can be a strong indicator that they won't get fit. They've never really changed. There's reasons why they haven't changed, but you certainly hope they can. All right, we'll spend a bit of time on that. Let's go into some of the defensive skills. I'm trying to get through these. Okay, key defensive skills, communicating and organising. players knowing their structure and then making sure that they're playing it and that there is good communication. We actually, from a Scorchers point of view this year, we had our whole back four. Had a lot of turnover from Olympiads, and that's not uncommon from Olympics to Olympics. But our whole back four were playing their first National League, and we didn't have Tennille Attard, who's a real communicator, organiser, who's not playing because she had their reconstruction from playing National League post Beijing. So one of the things we really had to work at was them having the confidence as new players to actually make calls and communicate and organise people in front of them. So it was quite a challenge, but in the end they did get there with it, which is a credit to them. You can often save you a lot of running if you communicate and organise well. Playing your structure, that's very important to have that discipline to play to the defensive structure to make sure there's not big gaps that you can play through. Pressuring, and you look at when you play teams or players, quite often they'll be very good if they've got time and space. So the pressuring relates to taking away their time, taking away their space. It's a real mentality in their face sort of approach. And tackling, different types of tackling that's required, tackling in space, tackling in defending the circle. People need to be able to tackle one-on-one against someone that's quick and to be able to not get eliminated by those players. They might make the tackle for 10 metres, they might channel them to buy time for the defenders to get back and cover them. Then they also need to be able to make a tackle to defend the circle, step outside the circle and make a tackle outside. Or they need to protect their feet and make tackles inside the circle and not give away corners. So those types of skills are really important. Alertness for the unexpected, we spoke about that from an attacking point of view, same deal defensively. If the shot comes on goal, shot on goal, keeper saves, who gets the rebound? Defenders or the attackers? Defenders get it, you're probably not going to have a goal against. Attackers get it, you get a shot on goal. And it's alertness for strengthening the contest. In the first game of finals week of National League, we played ACT, it was always going to be a close game. There were about 4 national players, one of them was Argentinian. And it was always, where we were at as a group, it was going to be a close game. They, in the end, they were stronger in the contest than us. They beat us 2-1, they took their opportunities better. We got what we deserved in that game, but we also went away from it and said, and looked at our strength in the contest, and realised that as young players, we had to step up now as far as how strong we were in the contest. And it came down, we spoke about strength in the contest, and then a player mentioned, to me it's about winning the contest. Because you can be strong and not win the contest. You've got to have that win the contest mentality. And that's something that's really vital as a key defensive skills. A lot of these are mental